It's do or die for the playoffs. Next Saturday, New Orleans battles the New York Giants. Next Sunday, see St. Louis against Washington or other regional games on CBS Sports.
John Riggins has gone to the oxygen. Of course, he does that after he's carried the ball 40 times. Just looking down, John, at the Redskins bench, Russ Grimm seems to be in some kind of pain. First half of possessions. 5 times the Cowboys had it. They got 3 touchdowns. Dorsett the lone setback, and they give to him. Ball is high in the air. Juggled, and they chase, and they still chase. It finally went out of bounds, and the last guy to really have it was Dorsett. I never saw a fumble like that before.
That'll be the Cowboys' ball. That ball just popped straight up in the air. Watch it here. Dorsett is going to run. He's going to start on a counter move, start to the right, go back to his left, get in behind his tackle, Paz Garrett. He misses the block there. Now as he turns upfield, watch him right here as he gets hit. The second hit knocked the ball out, spun Dorsett around. Green jumped up, tried to catch it at its highest point, couldn't get it. Then there's just all kinds of bodies and collisions. Watch the second hit in there that knocked that ball right out of there.
It's by Coffey, the hit that knocked the ball straight up in the air.
Curtis Jordan misjudged it. He was like an outfielder.
A loss of 8 as they give to Springs. Newsom, beg your pardon. They'll bring up a 3rd down situation.
I'll tell you, I think that's the break that the Redskins needed. They needed that type of thing to get a turnover. There hasn't been a turnover yet in this game. They were looking for that type of thing to get some field position, then get the ball in the end zone.
There's Russ Grimm. Mentioned a minute ago that they were looking at him on the sideline. Looks like he might have got the finger in the eye or something like that. 3rd and 14. Cowboys at their own 27. Redskins fake a blitz. Now here they come. Pass is picked off by Darrell Green. Touchdown Redskins. Intended for Donnelly. 32-yard by Darrell Green. That turns the whole complexion of things around.
Darrell Green knew that in the first half they got a big play on him on that stop and go by Mike Renfro. He said at halftime, he was telling us last night that he is a big play guy, and he said he's counted on to make these big plays. He gave up one, but right here in the bottom, watch him get that jump there, get up in front of Donnelly, catch that ball, and now watch these defensive guys turn into offense. There's Daryl Manley, number 72. He'll lead him into the end zone. Dexter Manley, I mean. Not Daryl's and Dexter's.
Touchdowns on plays like that. That makes it 21-12. And Mark Mosley in to try the extra point with Theismann holding. Good.
They were just talking about turnovers. There hadn't been any. That was the thing Tom Landry wanted to eliminate in his offense. Come out here in their first possession, they give one, or the Redskins take one. Darrell Grant takes this one. Jumps up in front. There's Manley. Look, he turns like a pulling guard. He says, follow me in here. I got it. Green says, I don't even need you.
Touchdown Darrell Green, and that makes things a little more interesting. 21-13.
Pontiac.
The editors of Road and Track call the Pontiac 6000 STE one of the world's 12 best enthusiast cars. Car and Driver called the Pontiac 6000 STE one of the 10 best cars of 1984. So why did we make it even better for 1985? Just because. The sensational 6000. Only from Pontiac.
We build excitement. Pontiac.
Some make greatness look simple, like superstar Larry Bird and the Canon T70. Covering Bird with the simplicity of touch button controls, countering his quickness with automatic film advance. Capturing any shot with the versatility of 3 program modes, the Canon T70. And it's so simple.
Watch the bird.
The Canon T70, it makes the great shots simple.
Wednesday, Charles and Gwendolyn experiment with love.
Oh, you get too hot too fast, you burn up.
And on ER, Howard gets a hip new helper.
Pressure? Yeah, but I can handle it.
Russ Grimm over on the Redskins sideline, still being checked by the medical staff. The Redskins, Darryl Green, have put themselves right back into this contest. 21-13, Dallas leading as Hayes lines the kickoff in the direction of Chuck McSwain. But it bounced. McSwain handles. Fumble! Out comes the football. Redskins come up with it. Tell you what, as soon as you talk about no turnovers, here they come.
Just as soon. That didn't even wait any plays. They just started popping out there. Ball laying on the ground, popping out of guys, interceptions. Watch McSwain on this one. You always want your get the guy. Otis Wansley is going to make the hit. Watch him come in there, hit the ball, knock it out, right into 4 Redskins. Anthony Washington came up with it.
There's Otis Wansley, that valuable man on those special teams.
And that's why he's so valuable.
First down, Redskins at the Cowboy 31. And here they come back into the contest, and now the Redskins have to take a timeout.
Alvin Muhammad lined up on the wrong side. He was supposed to be over there in the right. They had all their receivers over here in the left. It would have been an illegal formation. Joe Theismann was smart to take the timeout, even though you hate to lose that. Let's see if we can watch that formation, Pat. Just watch it here. Here's Muhammad right here, and he's supposed to be over here. Theismann looks and he sees that he would be in an illegal formation. Too many guys in the backfield, so they start to yell to him, "Muhammad, get over on the other side." Now Theismann said, heck, it's too late. Timeout.
Well, Riggins spotted it too, and he said to Theismann, "Hey, this is not what we had in mind." So with things developing as they are here, and no matter what happens here next Sunday on the NFL, or in the NFL, it begins with the NFL today, and the Cardinals will be at Washington. They beat the Giants today. They are very much in the thick of things. The Bears need to beat Detroit to have that home field advantage. Green Bay, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Atlanta. Big weekend, big final weekend coming up. First and 10 Redskins at the Dallas 31. 21-13 score. Monk went in motion. Theismann goes right to work to Monk. Fellows takes him out of bounds. Art Monk is the guy who hasn't been hurt all year long and who's played so very, very well.
You know, Art Monk is one of those guys that doesn't talk to the press, so therefore you don't hear a lot of quotes. I mean, you don't hear Art Monk says this, Art Monk said that, because he really doesn't say anything. But Joe Gibbs said he's one of the nicest guys that ever played. He just doesn't like all that outward stuff.
That's the list, and that's up to date. He has 92 catches. He needs 9 more to set or tie the all-time record. Here's Theismann back to work. It's to Didier. Didier to the Dallas 15. Stopped by Fellows.
Ron Fellows, you know, he's not a very big guy, the corner out here. In fact, he's called Bird Legs is his nickname, but he does a pretty good job on Didier. Didier said, "I got a little one here. I'm going to run right there. I'll run right over him." Fellows hangs in there pretty good. Takes him on square, like head up, knees bent, toes in.
Didier's about 240. He was Neil Lomax's receiver at Portland State. First and 10 Redskins at the Dallas 15. Theismann to work again. Pass is incomplete, intended for Warren. Mike Hegman was with him.
And this is the area on first down. They went to the pass here. This is the area. This is the 3rd time they've been down in this area. They've had to settle for 2 field goals. I think that sometimes, you know, they've been pretty successful over the years just running John Riggins in there when they get there. They haven't done that today.
Second and 10 from the 15. They have Riggins in the game. most vocal crowd at Texas Stadium. Theismann does something about an audible, and down he goes. The 5th sack of Theismann by the Cowboys. They just didn't have it handled.
Yeah, they did, and it happened over their left side. Because of Russ Grimm's injury, Ken Huff is now playing a left guard. He blocked to the outside. Bates comes up the inside. Dennis Thurman comes from the outside. And Clinkscale, Dexter Clinkscale was also there. That's 3 defensive backs in there.
23 sacks in 3 games for the Cowboys. 3rd down and long. Joe Washington has replaced Riggins, and Didier goes in motion. No blitz this time, and Theismann has some time. And has a touchdown to Calvin Mohammed.
Calvin Mohammed may not have all those options down, but he sure knows how to beat people, and he sure can get deep and give this Redskin team some big plays.
Back in it comes Washington. It's going to be 21-20 if Mosley is good with Theismann holding.
This all started with the turnover.
Usually does, doesn't it? Mosley for the extra point. 21-20. Flag down, however.
That's when the extra point will stay, and the penalty will go on to the kickoff.
Personal foul, running into the kicker. Defense, penalty will be on the kickoff. Points are good.
He said points are good. He means point is good. It's only 1 point, but here's the thing that set it up. Watch Otis Wansley. Now he's going to come down here. Chuck McSwain is a runner. Wansley, 39. Watch him hit there. The ball knocks out, and the Redskins get the ball in good field position. So then what do they do with it? Let's watch Calvin Mohammed here. He's going to come up, then he's going to come inside. See? Like he's going to the post. He's going to stop, make a move on Ron Fellows. Back out here to the corner. Theismann gets it up over Fellows and into Mohammed in the end zone. Watch what Theismann thinks about it.
He knows it's a good throw. 21-20. Whoa.
Pontiac.
When you get a Pontiac Sunbird, you get a car that's practical and easy to own. When you get a Pontiac Sunbird, you get a car that's technically advanced and carefully built. And when you get a Pontiac Sunbird, you can also get a car with 150 turbocharged horsepower. If you're so inclined. Sunbird, only from Pontiac.
We build excitement. Pontiac.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
The kids love these Space Patrol walkie-talkies. They work indoors and out. Flexible antenna, even Morse code keys with an alphabet guide on the front. So you can either talk or send secret messages. Oh, looks like I'm getting a secret message now. K, S, D. He says, thanks, Dad. Now, how do you say you're welcome?
Space Patrol walkie-talkies from $9.95 to $19.95. Only at Radio Shack.
The word on the scoreboard about Russ Grimm, the fine all-pro offensive guard, is that he has an injured eye and his return is questionable. Chuck McSwain, no fumble this time. Might be a little fracas, but no fumble. Peter Cronin and Steve Diassi. The turnover story. No sooner had we said that there had not been a turnover in the game than there were 2. And they have changed this from a comfortable situation for Dallas to a critical situation for Dallas. There's Russ Grimm heading for the locker room. Danny White back to work. To Cosby. Shy of a first down by a couple. Mel Kaufman made the hit that stopped him. 21-20. The Cardinals have beaten the Giants 31-21. So the winner of this game will have first place outright in the NFC East. Dorsett. Dallas first down. He broke some tackles, and Curtis Jordan was the last man. They'll move the sticks.
Yeah, that's the thing that Joe Gibbs says that he worries about. Every time you play these Cowboys, no matter what the situation is, what he's done in the first half, what he's done the week before, how hard he was hit, like last week, that hit that Tony Dorsett took, he said he's always going to be dangerous.
He really took a jolt last week in the game against the Eagles.
And then he came back in the second half and had a big half.
First down, Dallas, as White goes back to throw, and he has to get rid of it quickly. It's to Donnelly. Incomplete. Vernon Dean on the coverage. The Redskins had a blitz going, and Neil Olkowitz was right in Danny White's face.
Yeah, we saw Russ Grimm leave the field before that last play, and the word we have now, Pat, is that he's leaving the field, going to a hospital to see an eye specialist.
Russ, of course, is one of the hearts of the Redskins, and really has been an outstanding player. Second down. Renfro in motion. White back to throw. They blitz again. White gets rid of it. To Cosby and knocked away by Ken Coffey.
You're talking about Russ Grimm. He's the type of guy when they made offensive linemen and linemen in general, I think they were thinking about Russ Grimm. You know, that type of guy, I mean, a big guy. And, you know, look, I mean, you know, call them hogs and looks kind of that way. Fits in, big, strong guy. Let it go, get dirty, muddy, those types of things. That's Russ Grimm. And then play hard.
6'4" and 280 or thereabouts. Tony McGee. About the only guy in the NFL now who still wears those black high-top shoes, especially. Here they come with the pressure. Tony Hill will have a Dallas first down. He read it well. He read it perfectly.
Darrell Green gets beat on this one by Tony Hill. He walks right off the field and talks to his coach about it. Watch him here. He's playing an inside technique so Hill can drive him up the field and then cut to the outside. Green pushed him out of bounds, walked right over to his coach, and he had a discussion. He was probably saying, hey, it's lonely out here. That's what my guys used to say. I'm on an island. Words like that.
No help for me out here. Tony Hill, 5 catches, 50 yards. Dallas first down at their own 46. They lead by a point. Handoff was to a dancing Dorsett. There had been words around that Tony never got hit hard, but think about this. September 20th, 1975, Pittsburgh against Oklahoma. Norman, Oklahoma. What's this? That, by the way, was the worst game he ever had. That knocked him out of the game. Now, last week against the Eagles. That'll clean out any sinus problems. White, Duck Cosby in Redskin territory. Rich Mullen on the stop. 3 yards short of a first down.
We were doing a Cowboy game once, and I was talking about Tony Dorsett, and I said the reason that he's such a great back and he stayed around so long and he's gained so many yards is when he gets his shoulders square, he has great vision. And you never see Dorsett get hit squarely. You never see him take a hard hit. Well, someone from Oklahoma sent me a cassette of that, and they said, oh, yeah, you've never seen it? I'll show you one. But that's not bad. If you can only think of one like every 10 years, that's a pretty good percentage.
That's good for the pension fund. Here's White back to throw. He has some time. He has a man open. It's James Jones. It'll be a Dallas first down. He's out of bounds. If he didn't fall down, it could have been more. No flags. That's always today what I keep looking for. There are none.
I'll tell you, that had to be a foul up in the coverage because James Jones was wide open out there. There wasn't a Redskin around him. I wonder if someone doesn't get picked or something. Watch him on the left of the screen. He'll come out, and he goes outside. And look, everyone reacts in there to Hill. They leave Jones out there all by himself. He just falls down.
You know, John, who's done a heck of a job that we don't talk about much is Herbert Scott. He's an all-pro guard who's moved to tackle. We don't mention him much, but he's really done a good job. The Cosby, and the pass is almost intercepted by Ken Coffey.
I'll tell you, you talk about Herb Scott. The way you tell he's doing a good job is you haven't heard much from Dexter Manley.
Did you watch him on the last play?
I did. He just stayed right in front of him all the way. Let's just watch this at the end of the play. Coffey makes a nice move. He jumps up there, and the ball just, he has it in his hands. It just goes right out. Look at that right leg, though, the way that thing got twisted under there. Whew.
Surprised he could still walk after that.
Talking about cleaning out sinuses, that'll stretch ligaments.
Second down and 10 from the Redskins, 37. 8:45 left, third quarter. Dallas 21, Washington 20. Here comes the blitz. Right. Almost to Cosby, but picked off by Darrell Green. The Redskins come up with it. White had some room to run. He made the tackle on Darrell Green along with Timmy Newsom, and now the fracas continues. Green's second interception of the day.
Yeah, we were talking to Darrell Green last night. That's what he said. He said, I'm part of this team. He said, last year I was a rookie. He said, this year I have to make big plays. And this is the second one that he's come up with. Watch this. Danny White's going to come to the outside here. He's on a rollout. He really has good time out here. Goes to the outside, can't find anything. Comes back inside. Ball's tipped up. Green says, I got the outside. Now I got the ball.
So the Redskins will take over at their own 42. Dallas ahead by a point.
This is the definitive book on champagne. While writing it, noted author William Kaufman evaluated the finest champagnes in the world.
Here's an extraordinary find. A California champagne that is both truly dry and delightfully drinkable. New Andre Brut. No other American champagne can compare.
New Andre Brut. No other American champagne can compare.
Pontiac. It's brand new. It's from Pontiac, and it's called Grand Am. The latest in Pontiac road car technology, Grand Am is a true driver's coupe. That means it's built for drivers who appreciate engineering excellence as well as exciting road machinery. You know who you are. Grand Am, new from Pontiac, only from Pontiac.
We build excitement. Pontiac.
Well, John, over the years, it's turnovers that the champions usually lead the league in.
You see what happened there. The Cowboys have had 3 turnovers. The first 2 they had, the Redskins scored with it.
Here's Theismann trying to score again with him. And now he's taken down as Jeff Cope and Lockhart swarm all over Joe Theismann. He was going for a bunch.
I tell you, Jim Jeffcoat has been a force in this game coming from the outside. Theismann was on that dash that they run, that organized sprint out. Watch him, he's going to start. Here comes Jeffcoat. He's down at the bottom here. He starts on a stunt. You see that, the inside move. Jacoby can't catch him. He just runs right down the line, right the way Theismann's going. Theismann looks up and says, oh, there's Jeffcoat and Lockhart.
And a second sack by Lockhart. Eugene, the hitting machine. Theismann back to throw, and here they come again. Almost picked off by Fellows. Intended for Charlie Brown. Fellows made a diving knockdown and almost came up with it.
I'll tell you, And now that Grimm is out of there, Huff is playing the left guard, and the Cowboys are running a lot of line stunts between Jeff Goat and Randy White.
Well, because Huff has moved over there, they have George Stark, number 74, at the right tackle.
You see that? You see how Randy White goes outside, Jeff Goat goes inside? That's the thing that they've been doing this whole second half to that left side of the offensive line.
Third down and 19 for the Redskins as Monk is wide to the left. Muhammad is wide to the right. Theismann chased again, and down he goes again by Jeff Goat.
That was just Jim Jeffcoat. That's the 7th sack. That was Jeffcoat on Jacoby. Watch him just come to the outside. Starts outside. The tight end helps him there. Then Jacoby comes in, and it was too late. Sometimes you try and give a good tackle help, and you just knock him off. I think that would happen. You know, Donnie Warren was helping with him first, then Jacoby. Sometimes you just let a guy like that block him, you're better off.
Hayes back to kick, and Gary Allen back deep for the Cowboys. Good kick again by Hayes. A dandy. Allen gets back to about the 28. Pete Cronin is down, and now flags come down. 53-yard punt by Jeff Hayes. See what the penalty's about. Tom Dooley is the referee.
It's going to be against the Redskins, and it's either a face mask or an unnecessary roughness. Yeah, that's unnecessary roughness against the Redskins.
I think it's against Rick Walker.
Well, Dexter Manley's the guy out there arguing, either for himself.
Personal foul, 39, receiving team or kicking team. Receiver's ball, first down.
39 is Otis Wansley.
It was Otis Wansley, the special teams captain, the guy who made the big play for him to cause the interception.
Speaking of big plays, there's a guy who's made some today. Number 77 is Jim Jeffcoat.
Us syncopators of progressive riffs have a unique style of jawing.
Howard says jazz musicians talk funny.
And after a gig, I finger pop with a light beer from Miller.
After playing, Howard enjoys a light beer.
Light is super cool and a breeze on the calories, you dig.
Light is less filling, with a third less calories than their regular beer. And the taste, Howard?
Oh, man, it's Obop Shaban. It's lay down, break down, birdie on the hot side of town.
He likes it.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer. And less.
Hope we're going to a New Year's Eve party.
I'd prefer an office party.
I want to go to a school Christmas party.
McDonald's Chicken McNuggets 20-pack, the life of any holiday party.
How do I look?
Delicious. Golden brown is your color.
Whoopee! Let's go to a sleigh ride party.
It's a good time for the great taste.
Parties. That's all you 20-packs ever think of.
Of McDonald's.
Time for McDonald's gift certificates. 50 cents each or a book of 10 for $5.
Watch the penalty here. Here's Otis Wansley right here. The play is going to happen here. He gets there late and then maybe also grabs a face mask in addition to it. Now watch, the ball's down, whistle blows. Now here comes Wansley, 39. See right there, he gets the hit, the late hit, and the right hand on the face mask. Those officials don't miss too many of those late hits.
They really don't. First down, Cowboys at their own 44 after the penalty. 7:25 left to play third quarter. Dallas leading by a point. Dorsett with no place to go. The Redskin defense has really come alive. Mel Kaufman led him that time.
You know, you talk about the word intensity and those types of words are just thrown around, but in this game, I can just feel it in the second half. I mean, the level of play has risen 50%. I think that's when you start getting some penalties, you start getting some turnovers, guys jumping offside. Both of these sides are edgy right now.
We're in a situation now where a lot of things can happen, too. A passing situation, second down. 14 yards to go. White back to throw. Kenneth for Renfro. Not even close.
shames of this thing, I think, is we've always said the quarterback really gets too much credit when a team wins and takes a little too much abuse when a team loses. But I think it's going to happen in this game. The team that loses, the quarterback's going to take a tough time, have a tough time, take a lot of abuse, whatever, too much.
In the Washington case, it might not be cause for change, but here in Dallas, I think it might be. Dave Butts looking on. Renfro is split out wide to the right. Tony Hill is to the left. Out of the shotgun. Going deep for Tony Hill. No flags, no penalty. Anthony Washington right back there with Tony Hill, and Danny White is slow getting up.
Danny White's slow getting up because Tony McGee was right back there with Danny White. Let's watch this. Danny White just throw it. Now watch right there. He gets it from the front. Oh, geez, that was quite a hit there by Brooks, and Tony McGee right over the top of him.
And now Danny White stays in to punt. Only one punt today. Cowboys dominated the first half. The Redskins took advantage of 2 turnovers in the second half. 2 interceptions by Darrell Green. White just barely gets the ball away. Gets a good bounce. I think Danny White might have been a little shaky back there trying to handle that, don't you?
I think so, but it looked like, he got the sack on 3rd down, and that's what you always worry about, that he is a little woozy. Here the ball comes back to him on a bounce. He has trouble handling it there. I think he makes a heck of a play just getting this thing under man right there. How he got that ball past him is amazing.
Tough series for that man, Danny White, number 11. He did do an amazing job to get the ball out of there. The defense of the Cowboys faced the Redskins, with the Redskins just at their own 49. They give to Riggins. Riggins hit by too tall Jones and Anthony Dickerson. He gets a couple. And again, the intensity really has picked up as another little scuffle breaks out.
That was an interesting play. They brought the tight end back in motion trying to trap Randy White. He ran into Randy, and it was like he ran into a building. And Riggins didn't have anything. Watch Randy White right here. Here comes Donnie Ward. Watch when he hits him. Although Riggins did get by him, I'll tell you, Donnie Ward was going, what the heck did I run into?
So Riggins got 2. It's 2nd and 8. Riggins again, pounded, but he stays digging. It's going to be 3rd and short, and that's what they want, and now the penalty flag goes down. That was a late flag.
That was a late flag, and it was some looping over. Probably a late holding penalty against the Redskins.
And a tough one.
Holding, 61 offense, 2nd down.
Ken Huff, who's been trying to block Randy White.
Yeah, he's been starting a right guard, had to move over to left guard. You know what happened? I think his left hand grabs, and watch Randy White will take an outside move. You see his left hand, just put him around it, then he stays around. Now Randy White comes around. Huff kept his left arm in there. It's like some wrestling move.
2nd and 18 then, with 5:35 left to play 3rd quarter. And the Cowboys leading 21-20. Theismann yelling audibles, and the Cowboys showing them now blitz. Theismann to Calvin Muhammad, and he hung on. A couple of yards short of the 1st down, but a good catch and a good throw.
Now there is a catch. That ball, Calvin Muhammad comes in here. He's going to run a slant to the inside. He picks that ball right off the carpet. Watch it right down. It wasn't that low, but it looked like it was. That was a heck of a catch, though, coming to the inside. This is one time that they have the blitz on. Riggins picks up Bill Bates, and that's all the time that Theismann needs. You don't have to get Bates knocked down. Just derail him a little.
Joe Washington in on 3rd down. And again, the Cowboys show blitz, and this time they're there. And Theismann is gone in the hands of Bates. They just couldn't pick it up. There are too many of them.
Well, that time they didn't get here, and he's going to come in and hit this gap just as the ball snaps. Watch him. He sneaks up, sneaks up, sneaks up. The ball snaps. Center blocks right. Left guard blocks left. No one blocks Bates except Theismann.
Washington made a dive to try to pick him up, but he couldn't get there. 8 sacks by the Cowboys on Theismann. Jeff Hayes back to kick, and Gary Allen back deep for the Cowboys. 4:23 left, third quarter. Hayes. Stay up there a long time. Allen is going to have a tough time handling it. Takes a Cowboy bounce. The Redskins now bat it, and they'll bring it back out. Bring it back to about the 20 after a 29-yard punt by Hayes. Just a reminder that next Saturday, most of you will see college basketball's 2 top-ranked teams square off here on CBS. Number 2 ranked DePaul against number 1 ranked Georgetown, or perhaps Tulsa against Arkansas, starting at 3:45 Eastern Time. Right now, 4 minutes left at Texas Stadium, 4 minutes 8 seconds. Cowboys have the ball at their own 21. They lead by a point. Handoff Newsom. Fumble. Wait a minute. The Redskins are saying, we got it. Now they make it official. They do have it.
The difference right now. This is a 4th turnover. Watch Newsom. He gets the ball here. He's going to start into his left side. Looks like as he was running through there, he was stripped by Darrell Grant, I think it was. Got his right hand in there. Knocked the ball out. It was Darrell Grant. Redskins have the ball. I tell you, I know how coaches feel on those types of things. Jim Myers on Landry's right and Jim Schaffner on the other side, and they all are looking for stars. 1st and 10 Redskins, the Dallas 23. Here's Riggins. Riggins to the 15. Ron Fellows on the stop. This is the type of thing that the Redskins have been so successful over the years with John Riggins and under Joe Gibbs. Just hand him this ball, run into the left side, trying to find Jacoby in there, get in there behind Jacoby. Good block by Don Warren, and then that's enough to pick up that 7-8 yards. That's what they have to do, and then get in these 2nd and short. This is the greatest down in football.
12 carries, 66 yards for Riggins. Riggins again. Bangs for a Redskin first down. Michael Downs on the stop. But he gets down to about the 11-yard line and picks up a Redskin first down.
The thing about John Riggins, when he hits those piles, they go backwards. That's what the fullbacks do. You know, the halfbacks, the tailbacks, you want them to run around. Fullbacks, you want them to make piles go backwards. Watch this. I get the blocking here. He's going to find Jacoby, get in behind Jacoby. Now watch, as he hits there, they don't go back towards the Redskins. They go back towards the Cowboys.
They go the other way. Riggins behind Theismann now, and they give to Riggins again. He cuts back inside the 10. Riggins at about the 8. They can make a first down without making the touchdown.
You know, now they're getting into Joe Gibbs's type of football where they can run. It means something. He's telling Don Breaux right there, here's the one I want to give him. We're going to keep it on the ground. We're going to knock that thing in there. We're going to give it to our fullback. Probably called 60 gut or something like that. Guts and stuff.
That's what they call it. Behind Jacoby. Of course, Grimm isn't there, but Jacoby is. And Huff is next to him. Monk was in motion. Theismann fires outside. Art Monk knocked out of bounds by Anthony Dickerson. Looks like about 2 yards short of the first down. Make it 3rd and about 3, maybe 2.
And this is a big 3rd down. I'm sure that the Redskins know they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. But I know being behind 21-20, if they don't pick up the first down, they're going to have to kick the field goal, and they don't want to have to kick the field goal with this opportunity.
This is a situation where so many times we've seen them put Didier in motion from left to right. And then use him in that right flat. He's way out to the left this time. Riggins did not get the first down. They got to go for the field goal now. Jim Jeffcoat on the stop.
I'll tell you, Jim Jeffcoat has really come into his own in this game today. He's been starting all year. Harvey Martin, of course, he replaced Harvey Martin. But today, he is really playing something. You see him in there. There was a stunt. He was into the inside, and they stopped Riggins and took that pile back towards the Redskins huddle.
So Mosley goes from 21 yards out with Theismann holding, and the Redskins have the lead. Washington 23. Dallas 21. They've done it with turnovers. Of a battle.
The Cowboys dodged a bullet.
Next Saturday, the NFL Today puts the Saints against the Giants. And here is why that one means so much. St. Louis beat the Giants today by 10, 31-21. So the Cardinals put themselves back in a good place. Green Bay 20, Chicago 14. Pittsburgh over Cleveland 23-20. The Browns still haven't won at Three Rivers. Cincinnati keeps their hopes alive 24-21 over New Orleans. Miami 35-17 over Indianapolis. Kansas City 34-7 over Seattle. Philadelphia 27, New England 17. Forget about the Patriots. Tampa Bay 23-6 for John McKay. And the Rams 20-16 over Houston. And 13-13 between the Chargers and Denver. And by the way, Eric Dickerson is closing in on O.J. Simpson all-time record. They're going to bring it out. Next swing to the 16.
It was Otis Wansley, the first guy down there again. You know, the more I see of Otis Wansley and the more I see him making plays, causing fumbles, making tackles inside the 20, the more I can understand what Joe Gibbs said. This guy's too valuable to play on offense. Makes sense to me. I'll tell you, that last score there, that's given the Redskins 17 points as results of turnovers.
And got them right back where they would remain in first place if they can hang on to this lead. 1:11 left to go, third quarter. Dorsett and Springs are the runners. White outside the hill. He fumbles. Now they say incomplete. Got to hold on to the ball.
I'll tell you, that was pretty close there. Vernon Dean was right up on Tony Hill after he caught that one. Watch it here. Tony Hill, it's a first down pass. It's just in lieu of a run. It's a little hook. You see, he led him up the field a little. Now it looked like from here that he had control of that ball. Yep. That looked like that could have been a fumble to me.
The Dallas miscues. Wow. 2nd and 10. They roll it incomplete. 1:07 left, third quarter. White back to throw. Does throw. Almost picked off, intended for Tony Hill. Almost intercepted again. Vernon Dean right with him.
Danny White's coming a little too close there on those almost.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like Tony Hill made a pretty good play to stop that ball from being intercepted. He looked more, as he comes in here on Vernon Dean, at the end of it, he looks more like a defender than the offender. It looks like Dean is a receiver and Hill was a defender trying to get his arm in there to knock the ball down.
Duriel Harris has come in to replace, and there is Gary Hogaboom over on the sideline watching what's going on. 3rd and 10. Harris, Hill, and Renfro are the wide receiver. Here comes the Redskin blitz. They go quickly to Hill, and it's incomplete. And there's the flag. That one was pretty obvious. That one was on Darrell Green, and everybody saw it.
Well, Darrell Green was out there. He was on Tony Hill. And again, he's playing inside. Tony Hill took him inside, brought him back outside. Looked like Green thought the only thing he could do is try and tackle him. Watch it here. You see there, he's bringing him inside. Now he's going to cut back to the outside. And Darrell Green right there starts to tackle him before the ball gets there.
Clutch, crucial first down with 58 seconds left to play in the third quarter for the Cowboys. 11 yards they picked up with that penalty. They operate from their own 28. Back goes White. Look out. In the direction of Dorsett. But the heat was on. Rich Malott.
You know, a guy who's doing a good job in here is Kurt Peterson, the right guard of the Cowboys. We see him blocking here against Dave Butts, doing a nice job funneling everything to the inside to give Danny White time. Peterson had been out the last couple of games, wasn't sure. He knew he could start today, but wasn't sure how long he could play. He's been doing a good job.
2nd and 10. White is now 17 out of 32 for 246 yards. 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But most of the success happened early. Here they come with a blitz again. Rich Malott all over Danny White.
I'll tell you, they came right over. Titans soared right over the left guard. Malott did. We'll see him right here. He just, not that one. We see him right here. He's going to run right through this area. Now just watch him. What happens here is we see him as he starts, the left guard blocks out. You see it? And then Malott just runs right up the middle, and he's right on Danny White. That was a missed assignment. You don't block out. Someone has to check the mic before they turn out. That was Glenn Titanson.
3rd and 20. That sack brings up 3 sacks by the Redskins. White will operate out of the shotgun this time. Redskins 23, Cowboys 21. To Tony Hill, and he comes up with it. That's enough for the first down. Anthony Washington got there, but too late.
I'll tell you, there's a feeling of relief from Danny White. That was a heck of a throw in this situation. Watch Hill. Again, it's a corner pattern. Or now he starts to the inside, back to the outside. Washington looks like he just misjudged it. He took an angle inside and let the ball get over his head to Tony Hill.
6 receptions for Tony Hill. Word in the Ram game is that that Eric Dickerson, not Anthony, has 193 yards and is just 19 away from the record. Of more immediate concern is Danny White to Tony Hill. Almost.
That was one of those adjustments there that Hill again was going to run an outer corner pattern. You see it here. He gets a good move there. Now Danny White, instead of throwing it to the corner, throws it up over his head. Darrell Green makes a jump, almost gets it.
10 seconds left to play third quarter. Redskins 23, Cowboys 21. Darrell Green with 2 clutch interceptions.
He's had a lot of action today. It seems like everything. The penalties are against him. The touchdown was against him. The interceptions, he's getting a full day's work out here.
White back on 2nd down now. Springs gets into Redskin territory to their 42. Curtis Jordan on the tackle. 14-yard gain and a Dallas first down.
Ron Springs in there for Timmy Newsome now. Same play that he made the touchdown on last week. He just delays, circles out of the backfield, right-hand side of the screen. He'll come back in here. Danny White looks to the outside, turns back, finds Springs right there, hits him between the linebacker and the defensive back. Watch the center here. They're double-teaming Dave Butts here. Watch, they start the double-team. Rafferty and helping Peterson just pushes Butts right to the outside. That's what you have to do. You have to protect that middle.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Washington 23, Dallas 21. And we now pause for a word from your local station.
Second-ranked DePaul takes on top-ranked Georgetown in what could be a preview of things to come. Or see Tulsa against Arkansas. College basketball next Saturday on CBS Sports. This is CBS.
The shape of things to come has come. The Audi 5000S, sedan, wagon, turbo. Audi, the art of engineering.
Boy, it's great to be on vacation. Yeah, and we never go on vacation without Hertz. I wouldn't risk my vacation with an unreliable rental-car company. And Hertz affordable weekly rates save me money. But people say Hertz is more reliable. But now, Hertz costs less money. Arnie, more reliable. Less money. Arnold, more reliable. Less money.
Hertz Affordable Florida, only $89 a week. Now the rent-a-car company that gives you more is less.
Less money. Boy, they let anybody in this place. She's got to lighten up.
It first appeared last January at the Greater Cincinnati International Airport. Then it arrived in Los Angeles and in Memphis and New York. The AT&T Card Caller phone with an exclusive video display screen. The card caller can be used with the AT&T card. It's easier and faster to make calls because the phone does most of the work. Soon it will be coming to airports and hotels across America. The AT&T Card Caller phone. The advantage is plain to see.
Glenn Brenner, the one to watch, weeknights.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer, and less. Chevrolet, who invite you to see, drive, and live today's Chevrolet. And by De Beers, the name that stands for diamonds. A diamond is forever.
Well, Joe Gibbs said to us last night, it's too bad these games can't be 2 out of 3, but they're not. And it boils down to one quarter. Right on first down. Going for Tony Hill, and he's got him. Touchdown! Defender. They were coming with a blitz, and White and Hill read it as it should be read. Septien for the extra point. Over to Holding. Got it.
There's Tony Hill on that play. He didn't make a real big move here. He more or less just runs right by Vernon Dean. Watch him here. It's a little just jag step there. Then he just stopped. He just ran right by Dean. Perfect throw right up out in front for the touchdown. He just did that little jagged step there to hold him. I'll tell you one thing. You know, these Cowboy offensive linemen are really taking a lot of heat this year. Saying they haven't done this, they haven't done that. But I'll tell you, today they have done it.
Cowboys 28, Redskins 23, 14:54 still left to play. This one's not over by any means. 28-23 Dallas.
Nothing works like a Chevy truck. Introducing the new fuel-injected Tech 4 engine for 1985 S10s. 10% more horsepower and 22% more torque than last year's standard engine.
So bring on the work, bring on the play. You got the guts, go all the way.
And now Chevy's made it possible for dealers to pass along special factory incentives on selected S10s with the Tech 4 engine.
Nothing works like a Chevy. Chevy truck.
I have taken on many fighters and tried many beers. One beer isn't a class by itself. Light beer from Miller. Light tastes great and it's less filling. It weighs in at a third less calories than the regular beer. Yes, I discovered your greatest beer, but I never met your greatest fighter. Hey, who is this Billy Martin anyway?
Billy Martin? He's warm, he's gentle, good looking too.
I got to meet this guy.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
28-23, the Cowboys have recaptured the lead. While we have a minute, Eric Dickerson has carried 26 times and gained 206 yards today. He's 6 yards away from the record held by O.J. Simpson. Mike Nelms comes from a yard deep in the end zone. Hammered is Nelms. Steve Diassi. Victor Scott. And just not to take anything away from this game because it's one heck of a game, the Rams lead Houston 27-16. They, too, are trying to keep their hopes live for a playoff spot. Let's go back and look one more time at Tony Hill's touchdown.
You know, Tom Landry told us the other day that Tony Hill has had the best week of practice he's had all year and feels better. He's had nagging injuries all season, but for the first time this year, he feels 100%, and he looks like it today.
7 catches for 119 yards for Tony Hill. Riggins is still the back, and they give the ball to Riggins. And Riggins breaks away. Wrapped up by Eugene Lockhart. Riggins has had that bad back, hasn't been able to practice or play. Did work out this week. And did say before the game he felt better than he had all year. 16 carries, 80 yards for Riggins.
And I think he got a little jolt on the back that time. He's trying to straighten it out there. I'll tell you, he was telling us a few weeks ago that after a game on Sunday, that for the first 3 days of the week, he can't even sleep in a bed. He has to sleep on a floor. About Thursday or Friday, he can finally get into a bed.
Theismann to Riggins again. And he barrels for a Redskin first down. John Dutton and Randy White combined to stop him, but he got the first down.
This is the type of thing that Riggins does so well. The line just fires out. Just man block and get your guy. Just give him a hole. Huff has to stay a little while longer with Randy White, and he would have had more yardage on that play. Of course, that's easy for me to say. Stay longer with Randy White. Yeah, let's see you do it. No, I can't.
First down. Theismann almost lost it, scrambled out of it, and comes up with about 3 yards. Peterson over on the sideline. We talked about what a good job he's been doing on Dave Butts all day, getting retaped.
That's what, see, you can tell the tape jobs. Before the game, they put him underneath the socks, and during the game, they just put him right over the socks and shoes and everything. They don't have time to take stuff off.
Redskins have it second down and 4 from their own 37. Charlie Brown is split wide to the left. Mohammed is over there with him. Calvin Mohammed. Monk is to the right. Cowboys don't show you any blitz, but they do hit Riggins right at the line of scrimmage. Eugene Lockhart stopped Riggins short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Gibbs is looking for that next play. He's looking to see what he has on 3rd and short, and he's treating this, instead of a short yardage play, he's decided to treat it as long yardage or a passing down. So he takes out John Riggins and puts in Joe Washington. That 3rd and 2 is a tough one. Is it short yardage or is it a passing down? He's deciding, the way the Cowboys are playing defense, that this is a passing down.
And they've treated on defense like that. Now there's confusion, and the Redskins have to burn a timeout with 12 minutes left to play. They only have one timeout remaining now. Dallas leads 28-23.
multi-port fuel-injected V6. Available on Celebrity Eurosport. Power you can feel when you drive today's Chevy.
Memories of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another.
Why trust moments like these to anything other than Kodak videotape? It captures the sights and sounds of every moment with color that's beautifully accurate, unmistakably Kodak.
For the way we were.
When the moment means more, trust it to Kodak videotape.
Tonight, John Ritter, Shelley Long, Joan Collins, Cary Grant, Burt Reynolds, and over 100 stars in a night of love, laughter, and surprises. An all-star party for Lucille Ball.